for you to meet your new friend from Chile.
Yeah.
Nicolás López! Hello. And co-writer, producer, and star, Eli Roth!
The horror, you're screaming. God, you guys enjoy that? Nicolás López. Great response. And let's bring the cast. Yeah. Lorenza Izzo. Lorenza Izzo. Please. Andrea Osvárt. Andrea Osvárt. Matias Lopez. Ariel Levy. And where is Ariel Levy? He's in the bathroom. He's in the bathroom. Yeah. He was masturbating thinking the ending of the movie. Usually happens. Thank you, Colin, and also thanks to, I wanted to say thanks to Toronto Film Festival, our co-producers, Vertebra Films, Mac and Helen Cappuccino. Where are they? Yeah. I love you guys. Thanks, Mac. Thanks, Helen. Dimension Films, it's been released this in theaters. So we're really excited. Like, sexually excited. Of course.
Okay, so let me start off here and ask, so originally you guys weren't going to be writing this kind of film. It was going to be like
a sci-fi film.
Yeah, sci-fi film. How did it suddenly turn into Aftershock?
Well, basically, one night I was sleeping and suddenly there was a 8.8 earthquake and I decided it was a great idea for a film. You know? Well, when I survived, you know, I had to survive first. And it was really crazy, you know, because I was sleeping and suddenly the earth would start trembling and suddenly I saw my Nintendo Wii, like, Nintendo Wii literally flew across the room and it hit my South Park dolls and I was like, oh my god, this is real. Yeah. You know? When the Wii hits the South Park dolls, that's when you know. That's when you know that it Wait, Ariel Levy just... Ariel Levy's there! Our second... He has a hand. Give him a hand, yeah. Give him a hand, yeah. No, we were talking about, you know, doing something supernatural, and he told me the stories of what happened that night. The earthquake happened, and then he's like, you can't. He's like, you know, Santiago is very high tech. It's a W hotel. It's Starbucks. It's very hipster. We call it chipster. Yeah. But it's like really cool. Nobody's barefoot. But yeah. Except for Ariel. But you know, he started telling me about what happened, and it was fucking crazy because it was the last night of summer, 3:30 in the morning, and literally the whole country just shook for 3.5 minutes. And we were talking about the randomness of life, that here you are with your friends, and next thing you know, your hands are cut off. And he told me the story about how... And you can't masturbate, which is just a nightmare. You have to live with your mouth, you know, and imagine that, you know, it's like, it's almost impossible. So... No, amazing. You had them. It was a serious moment, actually. Yeah. They were on your side. I know, well, whatever. But you said, he told me the story about the hands being cut off, how there was a kid who lost his hands in the bar, and the music kept going, and everyone was literally looking for like La Macarena was playing, you know, like... And they're like, where the fuck is my hand?
That was a friend of mine.
And then you find out that's Lorenza's friend, who lost the hands for real.
That wasn't true.
Yeah, except for the Macarena part, I made that. No, but seriously, the hands got cut off, and it's just, and Lorenza, the guy was in a coma, and I mean, tell us about that.
Well, yeah, that was an actual true event. My friend lost both of his hands. Hopefully and thankfully, some of our friends found both of the hands. They got sewed back. Just one of them works. The other one, he has a prosthetic. Another one of my friends was in a coma for 3 months, so it was pretty kind of intense and really sad experience for us. Thankfully, they're both recovered, but yeah.
No, but it was like for real. It was really hard, like for real. Like the earthquake happened, and I had a girlfriend at that time. You know, now I'm single, so if you wanna fuck with me, it's okay. And I had a girlfriend at the time, and I called her, and she was in Valparaiso where we shot the movie. And I called her, and I was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah." I'm running to the hills. I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "Because there's a tsunami warning." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, but don't worry." And like nothing, like radio silence for 4 hours. And I was like, okay, my girlfriend is dead, so it's okay to cheat. No, but it was really hardcore. Like for 4 hours it was really hardcore. I was sitting in my car, like feeling all the aftershocks, listening to AM radio. And no, it was like...
There was no Chilean radio, by the way.
Yeah, we were listening to Argentinian radio.
we were desperate for it. Yeah, I was in a club, I was partying with all my friends, having a lot of fun. A bunch of my friends thought it was special effects. Oh, I'm trying, this is a cool thing. It's like shaking, the club is shaking. And then all there's an actual, earthquake, and the thing hit. And a bunch of my friends were like running around, blood all over their hands, because it was filled with glass panels, the glass ball broke. So after that, we were told to run to the hills, because we were in the coast of Chile. And we ran to the hills, we went up to the cars with everything, and there was no radio, there was no Chilean radio, you had no communication, our iPhones weren't working, no Twitter, it was nothing, and the only thing we had was the Argentinian radio that was telling us there was a tsunami warning. If not, we would have not known, and actually, the tsunami warning was called off, and it actually hit, and it killed more than 1,000 people.
And when it happened, this happened like it was kind of like the end of the summer vacation, and it was like 3
months. It was the last weekend of summer.
It was the last weekend of our summer. It was the whole young generation partying.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and then he told me, I was like, well, what about the looting? He said, first the looting started. First there was people getting food, then it went to flat screen TVs, and then all the prisons had broken open, and the prisoners were out. So very quickly, the police, there was curfew, there was martial law, there were people on their lawns with shotguns going, if you come in here, I'll shoot you. It's like you're out there with your friends.
It was like living in Texas.
Yeah, it was...
He'll be here all week, folks.
I don't know English. It's very hard to me to understand what I'm saying.
But basically, everything from even the fact in our research we found that there were those tunnels really exist, where underneath, where the priests and the monks, the priests and the nuns, they would have sex, and if the nuns got pregnant, they would bury the fetuses under there. We went and we saw those tunnels.
Yeah, but they didn't let us shoot there.
They didn't let us shoot there, but so we thought, okay, instead of making a serious movie about this is actually, we don't have to look any further, but let's go back and make a 70s style movie and almost everything real as much as we possibly can.
And that's the cool thing about the movie, that most of the effects that you see in the movie, they are practical effects. Like there is almost no CGI in the whole movie. So Eli was really afraid. Every time that we ended one take, she was like, is everybody alive? Like, yeah, Eli, don't worry, you're so gringo, like, everybody's okay.
Well, I remember seeing we're going to drop this huge piece of plaster, and first of all, there's the 2 girls underneath the table, and we
Andrea
and
Lorenza,
and we're like, yeah, we're going to drop a piece of foam on there, and they're like, they dropped it, and it was.
Well, it was not foam at the end, it turns out. So actually, I just realized when we shot the scene that we were under the table, and then there was a huge bang, like really huge, and then I was told it was a real concrete piece, so I was so happy I was alive. So I never actually lived a big earthquake in my life, but I've now lived it for 7 weeks in Chile with you guys, and the interesting thing is that I was last week in Los Angeles, and there was a small earthquake during the night, and I just woke up and turned over in my bed, and it's just an earthquake.
Yeah. And Matias,
I don't even bother anymore.
Matias, weren't you in bed during the earthquake?
Yes, actually I was in bed. But
with your girlfriend?
You were having sex. Well, yeah, that's the real story.
Actually happened.
I didn't feel it at all at the first, but then I feel it, and well, my sister was at the door next. So she started screaming, and then I said, why my sister is screaming and I'm fucking my girlfriend, so... okay, yeah.
Who were you fucking, your sister or your girlfriend?
No, my girlfriend. Just fucked up. Yeah, so I realized that...
Because your sister is also my sister, we are related, so...
Yeah.
Okay. And then Ariel, where were you when the earthquake hit?
I was sleeping.
So gay. I mean so guy, like a guy, because you're a guy. English I don't understand. Hard to me to understand.
Let's try this. Let's see if anyone's got a question, but I warn you, ask at your own peril. Yes?
It's very, very strange for me. It's a bizarre, mature one on stage at Q&A. I've never experienced this before. But I actually remember his first introduction to Promedios Rojo when he was 21, which was about the same level of this. He's like, if you don't like me, I remember I knew I'd like him because his introduction goes, if you don't like me, I'll be on the exit, you can spit on me on the way out, but spit on the balls because that makes me come when I masturbate. That was his introduction to the movie, and you can see how much he's grown since then.
It's very classy.
You can watch his movies on Netflix, by the way.
Yeah, or you can pirate them, whatever. They're all on YouTube, so...
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Repeat the question there.
Yeah, he asked what's the best piece of advice that Tarantino gave me as a writer, and what's the best piece of advice that I gave you as a writer. What Quentin said was that when you write characters, every character has to be real. It has to be a 360-degree character, and you can't have movie convenience. You know, the character can't suddenly know how to get out of handcuffs unless there's someone who has gotten out of handcuffs before. But he said that everything we do, like with Hostel, it has to be something that you or I could do. But really, every character has a purpose, and you have to write them to the level of specificity that you could literally do your own movie about them, and you know exactly what they would do in that story.
Yeah, and the best advice that I got from Eli was... Okay, the second best advice that I got from Eli, that I can tell. No, but basically it was like, keep it grounded. You know, you're making a horror movie, keep it grounded, because if you do something that is too wacky, or too just because, like, if you do something that is just for the fun of it, you know, like, people are not gonna believe it. And I think that the cool thing about Aftershock is that, in a way, the movie is really grounded. Like, everything that happens in the movie happens for a reason, and we spent a lot of time in developing the characters. Like, there is something that I hate about genre movies now, is that every like big budget movie that it's like 5 minutes, you know the character, and then there is an earthquake or something explode or whatever. You don't spend time with the characters. And here with Aftershock, we wanted to spend time with the characters, you know. So in a way, like in Chile, I have a trilogy of romantic comedies. The first one is called Fuck My Wedding. No, Fuck My Life. The one is called Fuck My Wedding, and the third one is called Fuck My Family. And we used to call this movie Fuck My Hostel, because it was like the perfect mix of our sensibilities. You know? So I think that was the best advice that I got from Eli, you know, like, keep it real. Keep it real, bro. He didn't say bro, but because he's not black, I mean, he's not, whatever. I mean, I don't understand the English.
All right, I see a question over here. Shout it out.
Well, you never actually, I mean, Monica, you know, you don't know that Monica's actually an amazing swimmer.
The Olympics.
So, yeah, that was a little minor point that we cut out, but, you know, in Aftershock, Toonami,
In Aftershock,
things like that.
Electric Boogaloo. That we are prepping right now.
I know. Someone asked me that this morning, this journalist, and I said to her, well, you know...
She was crying.
She goes, why'd everyone die? I said, well, you know, tsunami's coming for us all. And she goes,
Sorry.
I know, but why'd everyone die? I go, no, we're all gonna hit, in one form or another, the tsunami's coming for all of us. And she goes, no, but I don't like the beach. And I was like, it's a metaphor for death! We will all die, including you! Good day!
She had a heart attack. It was really awful.
When does the film come out in Chile?
In Chile? We don't know yet.
To mention the one
just bought the
movie, which is, thank you, it's very exciting. Congratulations, Nicolás, his first movie released the actual movie.
Ariel, Matias, Andrea, Lorenza.
It's great. So once they pick the U.S. release date, then we literally just finished it 4 days ago. So this is actually the first time.
It's the first time that we see the movie on a big screen. So.
Yes. Selena Gomez. I will just tell you, I was petrified that she was going to come with her boyfriend. I was scared for his life.
No, Selena's a huge horror movie fan. I met her, and she loves the Hostel movies. Like, she's kind of obsessed with them. And we've been talking about doing movies together. And I had no idea she was into horror. And so her people wrote me and said, we really want to arrange a meeting with you and Selena to sit and talk about this formally. And I said, well, I'm in Santiago. And they said, oh, she's going there to do a concert. So the night before a concert, she came to set and she hung out. We were actually shooting the VIP scene at the concert. And so, the next day, she hung out for like 4 hours and just had a great time. Said, I haven't been on a set, I haven't shot in a year. Since my show's over, I'm doing music. And she said, I miss it. And we were like, do you want to do a part? Like, we're shooting here tomorrow night. She's like, yeah. So we wrote something, we're like, okay, we have to write something that fits into the movie.
So she did a concert and then she came to the shooting?
Yeah, it's awesome. It literally, we thought she'd show up around 2 in the morning. She finished her concert at 10:30, went from her concert to set. Was so cool with everyone.
All the extras were freaking out.
She was so sweet to all of them, took pictures, and she just came in and nailed it, and it was so funny. Just, you know, striking out in such a horribly cringeworthy, embarrassing way. With Selena,
it's always good to see Eli hit an 18-year-old girl, you know? So.
Yeah, it's just painful. This poor guy, like, what's he doing? It's so out of his league. And she was great, and she was hilarious, and everyone loved her, and it was just
cool. It was really cool.
And now my sister wants to see us Aftershock, you know? My sister.
Yes, now your sister will see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now your sister. Yeah.
My sister trying.
Yeah.
Make out with Selena.
Eli, was there like a challenge where, I mean, so you co-writer, producer, and then acting. How did you manage all of that? And what did you want to bring?
Trainer.
Yeah.
And what did you want to bring to the character? Because I mean,
yeah, well, it was a huge challenge. I mean, when we wrote Gringo, I was there with Nicolás. We went down to Santiago and Valparaiso, and everything was like, oh, Gringo, and look, you know, Nico's Gringo friend. And so we just wrote him as Gringo, and then
it was me, Ariel, and Eli, and
Pollo, yeah, the four of us. And as we were writing, we thought like I had such natural chemistry with Ariel and Pollo, and we're all friends anyways. I thought, well, we should do this. Like, you were like, you should play Gringo.
Yeah.
So we started talking about it, and I thought if I'm going to do it, I want it to be very different from the Bear Jew, which is I thought it'd be great to go from the most heroic character, from like what's better than shooting Hitler, and of course people know that I wrote it and produced it.
What did you say about him, Ariel, today?
Oh my God. No, I said that for me, performing with Eli Roth was like performing with Moses. He's like a Jewish hero. You're so inspiring for every Jewish boy all over the world.
And how do you call yourself?
We can shot Hitler.
Yeah, and he's the Bear Jew and you're the...
Teddy Bear Jew.
He's the Teddy Bear Jew.
Yeah, so... They love that. They've been doing it all day. You're not the first. The hyena is out at 2 in the morning. No, it's, I wanted to write, first, you know, we wrote the script, that was the challenge, to write something that you know is going to follow a certain path but subverts expectations, and that's always the fun, is setting an audience up one way and completely flipping it on its head. And we want to set him up like he's going to be the hero, he's our main character, of course he's going to save the day, and he winds up being the biggest pussy chicken shit, sells out the girls, it's like horrible, and I thought, God, this will be great, because no one will be expecting that I'll give away where the girls are, and just be, but you also understand it because he has a daughter, it's some like survival terror instinct that suddenly everything else gets blocked out.
And in a way, it all started because of the blogs, you know, because when the news came out that we were making Aftershock and that Eli was playing a part, it was like, oh, Eli's gonna be the hero. He's so the hero. We're like, fuck them, you know.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And I thought it'd be really fun to play a character that's, you know, but that's human and vulnerable, but that ultimately, you know, everyone in the way sort of dies because of their weakness. Gringo, you know, because of his daughter, and we wanted, you know, Pollo because of his father.
Ariel is always texting.
Ariel's always texting. Everyone's sort of punished, you know, in a very specific way.
So don't text what is in a movie. You know what would happen.
Yeah, but it was hard. But I had great producers, you know, Matt Cappuccino and Miguel Asensio and Brian Oliver and everyone. They like Jim Holt. You know, when you have good producers around you, I could actually switch hats. But I was covered head to toe in fake.
Helen Cappuccino also.
Yes, both days, and so, you know, at the end of the day, I'd have to sit there and like sign contracts and do emails just completely covered in blood and plastic. That was not unusual. It was too many jobs.
all right, let's hear it for Aftershock.
Yeah, one last thing. And this is hugely important. With a horror movie, more so than any others, especially one with a fresh new cast that is not a cast of major movie stars, but people that we would like to become major movie stars, the first impression is hugely, hugely important. And every single person in this room, you all control the fate of this movie. It is coming out, but the theater owners pay attention, the distributors pay attention. We spent 2 years working on this movie.
Yeah.
We put our heart and soul and blood. If you like the movie, I swear to God, if only 10 of you do it, to take 30 seconds to write a tweet about the film and tag it like Aftershock.
Tweet,
I cannot,
whatever.
Twitter, I cannot tell you the difference. The theater owners and distributors are checking Twitter after screening, and it will help the movie get a bigger release. It will help Nicolás get launched in America. It will help everyone. And if you hated the movie, just please keep your fucking mouth shut until we open. It's a fighting chance. And thank you, Paul, again. And thank you so much.
So please, Aftershock.
We will all retweet